I've never seen anything like it in my career as a media personality and journalist. I've just never seen anything like this in my own country. It makes me angry, and we have to understand why it's happening. It's because the globalism push is quite real. And what I was saying before, they want a version of globalism that significantly lowers the quality of living in the West. So they're handing over the internet to the UN. That's happening soon. Now, this might sound great. Now every country has equal access to the internet. Why should the US be the one that's in charge of the internet functioning, right? Well, this is actually a very scary thing because the US, as many problems as our government has, obviously, if you've looked through the DNC leak, our government is bound by the United States Constitution and by the First Amendment. So certain kinds of internet activity cannot be censored or deleted because that would be a violation of our own Constitution. Once we hand off the internet to the UN, any UN member country, some country that you or I have never even heard of, with a very conservative prime minister who claims that your video or your blog post or your tweet offended him, it offended his religion, or it offended his political views or his culture, all he has to do is say it offended him, and this piece of content will be censored or deleted from the internet. This is going to effectively destroy the internet as we know it, in my view, which is part of the reason why I've become an investor in Ethereum. You know, there was a macro play there, and I think we're going to have to rebuild the internet in a way that's cryptographic and censorship resistant and unable to be deleted or tampered with. So clearly, that's the direction that Ethereum is moving in, and some of the social networks being built to top Ethereum's blockchain, super fast version of Bitcoin's blockchain, basically. There's a reason why I invested in that stuff a while ago, and there's a reason why it's up more than 1,500% since I first started talking about it in my newsletter, and that's that, you know, sooner or later, the internet is going to have to be redesigned if we do hand off to the UN, because it's going to become so broken. You know, there's already takedown requests and censorship and shenanigans all the time to keep the truth from getting out. But once the UN has the ability to just block or delete content, it's over. The internet's done. And it's probably a good thing anyways. You know, these elites think they're silencing us. Well, the internet is built on 25-year-old technology. It's old computer science and it's old tech. So, you know, a hub and spoke model of the internet and a blockchain-based model that's censorship resistant and secure, where you're actually sending private communications that cannot be decrypted, as opposed to email where the NSA can snatch it very easily and read every letter you send, every word you write. So it's probably a good thing. We do need to modernize the internet, but I don't like how it's being pushed on us as a means of censoring our free speech. That's what this globalist push is about, is A, to destroy free speech, which is protected by the First Amendment. How do you destroy it? You have to hand off control of the internet to an international body, which can be more easily compromised than the United States Constitution itself. There's no way for any of these globalist idiots, no matter how much money they throw at it, you cannot delete the First Amendment of the Constitution, of the Bill of Rights. You can't do that. So that's what they're trying to do.